Hi, fifth grade. Well, here we are, e-learning. So you get to hear my annoying voice. I promise I won't show my face on this screen. This is going to be used for you. This video you can use to, if you have any questions on the assignment that I'm giving you, if you need any help. So the first thing that we want to do is we are going to be creating a party invitation on Microsoft Word. So you will have to open up Microsoft Word, but the assignment is actually sent to you via your email. So what I'm going to do first is, I think one of the things that we want to do is create a folder on our desktop. And this folder is going to be a way that you can save your files in there and kind of stay organized, because you're going to be getting lots of emails from teachers. And so if we can save documents in a place where you can find them easily, I think that'll help. Just like we have our shared folder at home or at our school computer. So the first thing I want everybody to do is on their desktop, if they just right click on that desktop, you can go new folder, and then I would call it like Fifth Computers or whatever you want to name it. But you remember, if you right click, you can rename assignments. And so this will be your folder. It's right here on your desktop, and so you can use that to save documents in. Now, I have sent everybody an email with the instructions on what I want you to do for your assignment this week, and that is to create a party invitation. So I'm going to go into my email, and you'll see that I have an email here, and I open that up, and then there is an assignment. You'll notice an email as it loads here. It's taking a little while, but as it loads, there is a document right here that says Microsoft Word 2019 Party Invitation. And so we're just going to right click on that, and download it. And when we download it, then that means we can open it. And this is going to have your assignment and all the instructions that you need on it. Now notice you're going to see an Enable Editing, which will pop up, and you want to always click on Enable Editing. That means that you can work on that document. So when I open up my document, here it is. Now what I'm going to do, because I want to save this assignment. Let's see, I'm going to minimize this just a little bit, make it a little bigger so I make sure I'm inside my screen here that I'm recording on. So you want to go File and go Save As. Browse your computer just like we normally do when we're saving things in the shared folder. Desktop is where we save that new folder, and then I have Fifth Computers, so I'm going to save it. I don't need to change the name of this or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and save it in that document. So now if I close out of this, even though I already have it open, but if I close out of these instructions, and I should, inside my folder here, have the assignment, which is Party Invitation. Now this folder I would probably use to save like instructions, and then when we actually create our party invitation, we'll rename this as a different assignment. But let's go ahead and take a look at what I want you to work on right now. So we're going to create a party invitation, and of course in this party invitation there are lots of different things that you can do, because there's a lot of different parties that we can go to. So this is called Jessica's Totally Swagalicious Braiding Hair Party. And when you think about a party invitation, whoops, sorry, got a little issue there. When you think about a party invitation, you can go to all kinds of things. Maybe it's a movie party, maybe it's a Super Bowl party, maybe a beach party. We're all at home, so maybe it's a coronavirus quarantine party. Social staying away from each other. So you're going to have to, in your Word document, you're going to create a party invitation. So let's think about some things in your party invitation that you need to make sure you have. Number one, you need to have where it is, the date that it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have who needs to come, if you need to bring anything, and those kinds of things. So here's an example, and like I said, you can look at yours at this example, but what it's going to look like. And then here are the instructions underneath that document. It says create your party invitations. You're going to create a party invitation. It could be a tea party, a Harry Potter party, an NBA party, whatever. And so here are the requirements that we're going to make sure that we do in our Microsoft Word document And then it says when you're finished, last name, first name, party invitation. That's what we're going to save it as. So and then you'll email that to me, which we'll go over here in a little bit. Of course, school appropriate humor is always appreciated. So here are the things that we're going to teach in this. We're going to talk about page color. If you look at this example, they did the page color as a blue. We're also going to talk about page borders. So they did a red border around theirs. And I know we've kind of done page color and page border, so hopefully that shouldn't be too difficult for you to put together. Insert pictures. You have to have at least 2 different pictures. So if we look at this example, this is one picture that they added, and here was another picture that they added. So you can add images to your party invitation. Text wrapping, that's making sure that when you insert that image, you make it square so that you can move it around. And then the last one is strike through, that's a new skill that we have not done yet. And strike through is when you basically cross something out. So if you look at this document that says this exceptional offer has been reduced from $250 to $248. They took it down $2. It says what a deal, and then they crossed it out. You can kind of see here how they crossed out the word deal and then put rip off after it. So you want to think about ways that you can use a cross out in a party invitation. So those are the main requirements that you will be going through. So let's just go ahead and get started. And like I said, these instructions are available for you. So I'm going to open up a blank Word document. So here's my Word. And then what we want to make sure that we do is we save it. So we're going to go File, Save As. And you want to make sure you're in that folder that you just created to put those documents in. So I'm going to find my this is my desktop I want to go to. I'm going to find my fifth computers. Here is the instructions, but I don't want to call this I want to call this last name, first name. So Deffenbaugh, Sarah, party invitation. And of course now I'm going to save it in that folder. So now that I have it saved, all I need to do, and if I can just bring this over just a little bit so you can see it, all I have to do is just hit that little save button icon right there, and it'll automatically save it for me. Okay, so a couple of requirements. Number one, you have to have a page color. And if you remember, page color is in the Design tab. So we're going to click on that Design tab. We're going to click on Page Color, which is over here, and select a color that we can use as a background. We also have to include a page border, which is also in the Design tab. So I'm going to click on Design. I'm going to click on Page Border. And then if you remember, we've done this before, there's lots of different options that you can use for backgrounds. So maybe in the spirit of, let's see here, I'm going to do globe. You can make the width of it thicker or thinner depending on what you're doing. And click OK. And now I have a border around my document. Now, let's think about some things in our invitation that we need to have. Number one, we have to have a really good title. So if you go to Insert, and I like word art and using different word art options here. So maybe I'm going to call this Mrs. Deffenbaugh's apostrophe yes, e-learning party, because that's what we're having, right? And so I can go ahead and change the font and make this look cool. Change the color if I want to by just selecting this. I can change the different color. So maybe I'm going to make it blue. I don't like that font, so maybe I'm going to jazz it up with something fun. Not super fun there, but okay. And then I want to, now because it's a party, so notice this is inserted in a text box. Okay, so it's a text box here, so that's what I want so that I can move it around and do some things. Because, you know, actually in the text box, if you click on that Format tab, you can do some text effects with it, some 3D transform if you want to. You can turn it. There's a lot of different fun things that you can do with your text if you want to. Okay? Now, you could also insert another text box. I think text boxes work good because you can use them in different ways. Remember, you click on the Insert tab, insert a simple text box. Notice how this is white though, which I don't want. So, if you're in your Format tab, you can go No Fill, and so it'll show up behind, and you can also go No Outline, unless you like the outline, and you can do that. And so this is going to be, my party is going to be March 17th to the 20th. It's going to be home on the couch. Snacks will be provided. And let me see here. Bring your laptop. And let's change the font of this. And keep in mind, your particular party invitation could be all kinds of different fun things here. Okay, now notice it says snacks will be provided. And maybe I want to make these bullets, which I could do that too, which is right here. I can insert some bullets. No, I'm not going to do that. Undo. Okay, so here's my information. Maybe this will be provided. Maybe I'm not going to provide snacks because I'm not coming to your house. So maybe I am going to strike this out because you have to have something that you cross out. So maybe I'm going to strike out the will be. And so to do that, you just go right underneath the underline button, and there are more underlines that you can use. Okay, and then you'll find right here is strike through. You can even do double strike through if you want to, but right here in the effects, there's strike through. I'm going to take that out. I should probably do provided too, because I don't want that in there as well. So I'm going to take that all out and say, hey, snacks are not going to be provided. So I'm going to go ahead and strike out the whole thing there. Which I just need to highlight this, go in the underline, more underline, strike through. So I'm just going to cross that out because will be provided. I'm not going to do that, even though I'd love to probably deliver snacks to everybody. So you also need to insert a picture, and so you can go ahead and go insert online picture. I'm going to search for a laptop because that might be a good picture to put in there. So I'll click on this one, insert this. I want to make sure that this is the text wrapping part. I want to make sure that this is square so that I can adjust it and move it and put it wherever I want it to go. Oh, I didn't put a time in here too. That's probably something that I want to have. And then, so you got to add 2 images. I'm going to put a time in here because I don't think I have. We're going to say from 9 to 10 a.m. Oh, okay. And so then you're going to also add another image with this, or a couple of images. So things that you want to make sure you do. You have to have a border. You have to have a page color. You have to have information on there about your party, when it's taking place, where it's taking place, if you have to bring anything, what you're going to be doing, those kinds of that information. You also have to have a strikeout element like we have here, and you have to add not 1 but 2 clip art. I only added 1 just for demonstration purposes. Like I said, the only new concept that we haven't talked about yet would be the strike through or the strikeout right here. So have some fun with creating an invitation. Let's face it, we're all at home. We can't really, we're experiencing social distancing, so we can't really hang out. So have some fun. Remember, the sky's the limit as far as your party invitation and what it could be about. It could be a scrunchie party, or it could be a video game party. But have fun with it. once you have saved, so we've already saved this once, we're going to save it again. Now I'm going to show you how to email this. I'm going to close out because you have to make sure you close your document before you send it to me. If you have it open, it won't let you send it. So I'm going to close this, and you'll notice in my 5th grade computer flyer or folder that I've created, now I have, you can see Deaf and Boss Sarah party invitation. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right into your email and you're going to create a new message. And you're going to put my name in there, which is sarah.defenbaugh. Whoops, maybe I should spell my name right. At k12.sd.us. And then you're going to attach. And then you see where it says add subject. Let's do that first. Add subject. We're going to call this party invitation. Okay, so that subject line is so when I get that email, it comes, that's what it shows me when I get the email. Then we're going to attach that document. So we're going to browse this computer because that's where we're working, and we're going to go to the desktop, and then we're going to go to our 5th grade computer folder and click on the one that has your name, Sarah Defenbaugh Party Invitation. Click open, and so now it is attached, and then you just hit send. So when I get your email, this is what it will look like right here. So it says it'll have your name. Of course, this one has my name. And then it has the word party invitation in the subject column. And then your document should be there. And then I'll be able to access that and grade that. I would like these by Friday, if at all possible. I don't know, like I said, I'm not sure how everything's going to work. So that is your computer assignment for this week for me. Hope you're all having a great day, and happy e-learning.